I think sexy, pura sexy, but this isn't really, you know. Hey, what's up, you guys? Shirtimus Prime here doing another Marvel Legends figure review on the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Guardians of the Galaxy Wave or Build-A-Figure Groot Wave Comic Series Iron Man. If you're trying to pick up these figures, you know you can. Find them at Big Bad Toy Store.
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
So just like the packaging on the Nova figure, it says Marvel up here instead of it saying Guardians of the Galaxy, and we get this nice window packaging and you see the leg of Groot. And one thing that's kind of unique about this is that he can't stand up. He's always got to fall over, so that's why I have this Sword of Justice from Leader Class Prime here holding them up. That seems to work out okay. And I have two of these at the moment, and neither of them stand up on their own. Here's a picture of Iron Man on the side, then we go to the back over here. You can see all the figures from the wave, and we get this little bio on the back that says, when Tony Stark teamed up with the Guardians of the Galaxy, he built a new suit of modular armor designed for extended missions in the blackness of space. Pretty cool. I'm glad they made this figure. I can't get enough Iron Man figures. And then we have another picture of Iron Man over there. Same thing as the one on this side. Anyway, let's get to it and crack this figure open. Whoa, there it goes. So here's the Iron Man figure in his space armor out of the packaging. And I gotta say, I think it's a cool looking figure. Not too different from the Heroic Age Iron Man that we got from the Ironmonger wave. Pretty much the same figure, but they gave us new head sculpt, new arms, new shoulder pads, new paint job. Not too different, but it doesn't really bother me because I really like the Heroic Age Iron Man, and I like this figure too. I really like the posability of it. I think it's a pretty cool looking figure, man. I dig it. Now, it seems pretty flat on the back over here. It's mostly just red. But anyway, he doesn't really come with any accessories aside from the Groot Build-A-Figure piece. So he comes with the right leg of Groot, which I'll show off once I review the Groot figure. So yeah, let's take a closer look at this figure. So I really like the head sculpt on this figure. I think they did a good job. I like all these little sculpted lines over here towards the top of his head. It looks pretty good. And the paint applications are okay for the most part. It's a little shoddy right there towards his ear section. But over the mouth guard and on the top of his head, the gold looks really cool. And I really like how they did the eye sockets. It's a theme throughout the figure that we have these little yellow areas with an orange trim. And I think that looks great, especially on his repulsors and his arc reactor, which I'll show in a little bit. But again, you can see the left ear over there, shoddy gold paint. And then looking at the back of the head, pretty good looking head, you know what I mean? The sculpt is not too bad. They've used this plastic before. It's this kind of has this sparkly effect to it, which is kind of hard to see, but it's there. And then he has these huge shoulder pads over here, which look pretty cool. And then as I'd mentioned earlier with the arc reactor and it having that orange outline, you didn't get that kind of detail on the Heroic Age Iron Man, so I like that we have that there. But this torso section looks a little lacking to me. I think they could have added more paint. Like looking at this picture over here from the book, you know, it looks like he had more paint applications in the torso section and in the thigh areas too. Again, you could kind of see this translucent look going on right there on the thigh right there. Same thing that we had with the Heroic Age Iron Man. Then there's legs, and then we have a lot of gold painted on his feet. Then we have a little bit of that crackling in the plastic right there on his shin, which kind of makes the figure look a little cheap, I think. Then here's the arm. Nice gold applications right there on the arm. Not much paint going on back here. A little disappointing in that regard, but not a big deal. Again, I like the articulation on this figure. He is fun to pose. He has a head that moves up that much, and you can move the head down, and it rotates side to side, and I guess tiny bit of neck pivot? Not really. He has these hinged shoulder pads over here that are attached with these pegs that stick out right there, and then he has these holes on both sides of the shoulder, and you can just plug that right in. These tend to pop off as you move the shoulder joint upwards, but it goes right back on there pretty easily, so you can move this back and forth over here. The shoulders will move up that much. Once you move it up past that, though, it's going to pop right off, as you can see. And then he has a bicep swivel, and you can rotate the shoulders forward, by the way, and the shoulder pad doesn't hinder any of that articulation at all. So bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, wrist moves side to side, down and up. He has a great ab crunch, moves forward and moves back quite a bit. He has a waist swivel, he has hip joints where he can do the full splits. He can kick all the way forward, upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, ankles move down, up, and beautiful ankle pivot. And he has hole pegs at the bottom of his feet, and still with the little, jet boosters right there, sculpted at the bottom, looking pretty cool. So the figure stands over 6 inches tall, and here he is standing next to the Heroic Age Iron Man, and you can see he stands just a little bit taller than this space armored Iron Man. And here he is compared to the two other comic series Guardians of the Galaxy figures that we have so far. We have the Build-A-Figure Rocket Raccoon, and the Return of Marvel Legends Drax figure, which, wow, I wish we got a new comic version of Drax over here. And just because it rocks the geek spot so hard, here he is compared to the new Marvel Legends Nova figure, and of course the Marvel Legends BTLD Spider-Man. Now back in the day when Toy Biz was making Marvel Legends, they would reuse some molds, and Hasbro's doing it, and it doesn't bother me now, it didn't bother me then, especially if it makes sense like this. So I think this is a very cool move on Hasbro's part. I like the figure, I think it's very well done. It could have used some more paint applications, but other than that, I think it's a badass Iron Man figure. I hope you guys liked my video. Please check out marvelousnews.com for a photo gallery of images, and also hit the like button if you liked the video, leave a comment, and do not forget to subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Then there's a little bio that says, Iron Man, when Tony Stark teamed up with the Guardians of the Galaxy, he blah.